To win over the man she loves, she reshapes his mouth like a butt, then she covers her own body in lubricant, so she can truly become one with him. Just how twisted can this girl really be? Keep watching, and you'll soon find out. This is truly mind-blowing. Sarah is an art student at a university. She's always had a crush on a senior named Mike. Mike specializes in sculpting the human form, although his works are quite abstract. They were flawless in Sarah's eyes. Faced with the girl's obsession, Mike neither accepted nor rejected her advances. This led Sarah to believe he liked her too, but Mike was actually in love with a blonde girl named Anna. His devotion was reflected in the nude sculpture he created of her. The facial features were a perfect replica, but the shaping of the breasts was still a bit off. Anna looked at the sculpture, then at her own breasts. It was clear she wasn't satisfied with the piece, though she said nothing. The girl turned and walked away. On his way home that evening, Mike kept thinking about how to apologize to Anna. He didn't notice the elevator's announcement at all. It seemed like a figure outside was watching him. As soon as the elevator doors opened, he saw a burly man frantically twisting the door handle. It turned out to be the building superintendent, mainly because of reports from people downstairs about strange noises on this floor. So he'd come to check if anyone was inside the room. Mike wasn't in the mood to deal with this, so he just brushed the superintendent off. But the real nightmare was just beginning. First, he saw the words "I love you" in the mirror. Then he found a disgusting clump of hair in his food. Just as he was rinsing his mouth at the sink, a loud pounding suddenly came from outside the door. Although Mike felt a chill run down his spine, he still mustered his courage and looked through the peephole. He was so terrified by what he saw that he collapsed onto the floor. Just then, the doorknob began twisting incessantly. He rushed over and locked the door from the inside. The person outside stopped moving. Once things had quieted down, Mike looked through the peephole again. The figure outside had vanished. Just then, his phone rang. It was Anna. The girl sincerely apologized over the phone for what had happened earlier that day. Their relationship eased slightly as the two chatted happily. They didn't notice a deathly pale left hand at all. The next day, they met up at the amusement park. During a break, Anna said that because she'd been upset yesterday, she hadn't had a chance to properly appreciate his artwork. Mike immediately took her back to the exhibition hall, but when they arrived, they were stunned. His artwork had been vandalized. Since there were no security cameras, they couldn't identify the culprit. Just then, the lights in the hallway began to flicker. In the dimness, they could vaguely make out a figure in red. Mike noticed this. He believed the woman in red was the culprit, so he chased after her without hesitation. Meanwhile, Anna slipped and fell to the ground. When he reached the hallway, the figure suddenly vanished. Immediately afterward, a woman's laughter echoed through the air. Mike instantly had a bad feeling. At that moment, he realized he couldn't move a muscle. By the time Anna arrived, Mike was lying motionless on the floor. Strangely, his eyeballs were missing. If you think Sarah did all this, you're completely wrong, because that night, she was also inside the exhibition hall. She witnessed the entire murder of Mike. So why was Sarah here? At Mike's funeral, she not only slapped Anna across the face, but also snatched the picture frame from her hands and kissed the portrait. This was undoubtedly a declaration of ownership. In fact, Sarah's perversion goes far beyond what you can imagine. Back when she was trying to win Mike over, he didn't reject her. She thought that statue was carved using her as a model. On top of that, whenever Mike wasn't home, Sarah would sneak into his house to brush her teeth with his toothbrush and lick the words "I love you" onto the mirror with her tongue. Everything I've just mentioned is merely an appetizer. The main event is yet to come. Sarah collected her own hair and mixed it with rice balls. Whenever Mike was resting, she would sneak under his bed. Even when they went on dates, Sarah would watch their every move, because she overheard Anna wanting to see the artwork. Sarah destroyed the sculpture one step ahead of her. Her obsession with Mike can no longer be described as mere madness. Every night, Sarah could only fall asleep while hugging the sculpture. She even painted Mike's portrait on the wall, which explains the scene at the beginning of the video. As for the true cause of Mike's death, that's another story entirely. Legend has it that in Japan, there is a tale of Megu Megu. Any man who catches the eye of this female ghost cannot refuse her. Otherwise, his eyes will be gouged out.